Anyways, like, here, actually, let me see that. What's up, guys? So.
Okay.
Baked chicken. What's up? We're chilling on our porch. Literally just chilling. Sorry that it's kind of loud. Like, it's hot in Dallas. The AC is blowing at our apartment complex.
You can't tell, it's humid.
It's humid. We have birds.
Cicadas?
Cicadas.
I think that's like an eastern, like I've seen like memes about it, like about the cicadas attacking everybody. But yeah, we have them.
We got the cicadas attacking. No, I'm kidding. They're not attacking us, but
They're loud.
they're loud. But we kind of wanted to make a video. We just got done eating brunch. What did we have for brunch?
Eggs with Cholula. I put Cholula on it, and then shout out Cholula, and then broccolini that I got from the farmer's market, which was super good, and Kodiak waffles, blueberry waffles.
Really good. We've been going on not really like a diet,
What a diet.
but like
Healthy eating.
like we're not eating less. We're just eating better.
Yeah.
We've been back and forth so much between Dallas and Amarillo, which we'll go into more later, but basically like the all we can eat and afford is fast food.
Cane's, Chick-fil-A,
Cane's, Buc-ee's.
Strict.
Buc-ee's.
Wait, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure we ate Buc-ee's.
We have
like,
Buc-ee's 3 times a week, at least.
more.
At
Yeah.
least. Same thing.
Shout out
Chicken strips. 3-piece chicken strip, add an extra strip, fries,
Coleslaw,
toast.
and I give my toast.
So good, but so bad. And so like, we're just feeling bad for like, what, like a month? Just like gross.
And we're about to get married.
And we're about to get married, and we're both kind of gaining weight, and we're both like, we'll say it.
So we
we're-
decided
yeah.
that to replace the chicken with grilled chicken, and instead of fries, broccoli.
Yeah, we're just eating better, like more vegetables.
And it's cheaper to eat at home.
Yeah, more vegetables, no like fried foods. Except we do have a cheat day a week. And it was just my bachelor trip, so I had like 4 cheat days, but
4 cheat days.
But yeah, and we did work out yesterday, and
I'm dead.
man, that was rough. But yeah, so it is what, June 23rd.
Second. I think.
June 23rd.
3:22
Okay.
p.m.
We're not having any lead-ups.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry. We volunteer for youth on Wednesdays, so we just got a text about it. But what were we just talking about?
We had brunch. We had
We had a conversation. Eating better.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Is that what you wanted to hit on?
I don't know. But anyways, so long story short, we've been back and forth between Dallas and Amarillo. Why? Because we're getting married August 15th, which is super dope. We're about to be living together, just hanging out all the time. And I'm super pumped. Like, we don't already hang out all the time, but
I know.
yeah, I feel like we're just ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, I'll go into that later. But anyway, so we've been having pre-marriage, which is super important. And if you haven't done it and you're an engaged couple, I 100%...
Looking to get engaged soon.
Or looking to get engaged, I 100% recommend doing pre-marriage. Like, even if it's just with one couple or if it's with a class or a group, like, do pre-marriage. We have had so much freedom and breakthrough, and it's just been amazing. And so that's been every Tuesday, and then we volunteer for youth on Wednesdays, and so then on Thursday we will leave to Amarillo, which is about a 5.5-6 hour drive from here, and we'll work on the Airstream, and then Monday we'll head back. Sometimes Tuesday we'll head back, but we've just been like in a really hard season. And that's kind of what we wanted to talk about, more than like our relationship, more than JuJu's, coffee. It's really just like how hard it's been in this season.
Yeah.
And really, like, I think that there's just such a false, almost like facade, false whatever image that's put out on social media that's making it sound like, oh, like we're having like the time of our lives, we're starting a business, like we're getting married.
And no.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's been hard. This has probably been the most trying, honestly, and hardest season of my life so far.
Yeah.
And that's being real.
Yeah.
Like,
So, just honestly starting back, like, just getting really windy. Starting back at COVID, right? Like, that's hard in itself, just a pandemic. And so we ended up having to move back with our parents. Luckily, we were both from the same town, like hometown. And then starting January, I started an internship. And it was amazing, it was great. But
yeah, it was super dope.
Yeah, it was really great.
Whitley Penn,
shout out.
Shout out.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but
oh, we'll cut that out.
well, that's and made great money, but I was working 55-hour weeks, 60-hour weeks. That just takes up a lot of your energy, your time, your capacity. Nick was not here. He was still at home working on stuff, and he'd come visit every once in a while. So like for me during that time, it was really hard to cut back off of a pandemic, like working part-time with my parents to like overtime.
Yeah.
And then also in the middle of that, we got engaged, which was super fun.
Yeah, show them the ring.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
You know how to do that with their products. And they're like, yeah. And so planning a wedding is a second job. I don't know if any of you guys know that, but it is.
So hard.
It's very hard. Enjoyable.
It's fun. Like, you're like, oh, like, yeah, like, this is going to be so much fun, but it's like...
It takes a lot of your time, your capacity, like, things that I'd never even thought about.
Yeah.
And so, that's been taking up a lot of my time and taking up like a lot of my family's money. So that's been like stressful.
Yeah.
But I ended up finishing my internship May. I think May.
Yeah, right.
May. And then
You had to do some more classes.
and then I finished up some classes.
And then now you're doing more classes.
And now I'm doing more classes, but I don't have a job. So I feel like lately my money is just like dwindling away, but there's no grace for me to have a job right now. Just like because we're still working on the Airstream.
Pre-marriage.
Youth volunteering.
Youth. But also you're.
School.
She's
planning.
like. She's doing like a lot of school.
Yeah.
And so we're also apartment searching, which is another topic that we can go into.
That's a whole other job.
That's a whole other job. And so
The real estate market's off the charts.
it's
in Dallas.
insane. Like, yeah. But anyways, like we've
Sorry, cheer my hair.
but we've really just been like struggling, and it's. I hate to say that it's like because of finances, because it's really not just that. And like, the Lord told me that too. He was like, you don't want to be just down because your finances are low.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And I don't
You know.
think that it is finances. I think a lot of it is just it's like
a lot.
there's a lot of sacrifice going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of tilling,
Yeah.
a lot of reaping,
Yeah.
lots of reaping.
Yeah. And
Is that right?
no, sowing.
Oh, a lot of sowing
A lot of sowing to be
Opposite.
reaped.
to be reaped
In Jesus' name.
in Jesus' name.
And I literally just read, we read before this, I literally just read Luke 8, Parable of the Sower,
Really?
where it's like some sow on, bad soil and
Yeah.
because they're hard-hearted, and some sow on soil that, there's offense
Mm-hmm.
in it, and some sow in good soil, but, Ben actually gave me a word the other day telling me just to keep sowing.
Yeah.
He's like, just keep doing it. And so, kind of not off topic, but but anyways, like we've just been struggling, I think, because the Airstream isn't finished, and I think that's been the hardest part for us, because that is our only source of income, and it's not finished, so there's no income. And so like we made merch.
We're just restless.
Yeah, we made merch, which is super dope, and I'm super pumped for you guys to see it, and we'll be able to get like your feedback from this and make it better and all that stuff. And so yeah, it's not overly priced, it's not anything like that. The material's solid, it's fun, but it was like a big bill that we had to pay. And I invest in Robinhood, and shout out to Robinhood, I guess, but basically you're never supposed to take out of your investments. That's what I've learned, and you're supposed to always keep it invested. It's kind of like, for me, I have my savings account, and I'll take out of my savings far before I'll take out of my investment account. And to pay this bill, I didn't have enough in my savings, so I had to take out of my investment. And that was really hard, because that's like almost all of my money that I worked hard to get during COVID, and so that kind of sucked. But the merch is here.
We also, there's a mindset of
Yeah.
We were taking out of one investment to put it in another. It's not like it's the end of the world.
No.
It's just a reality show.
Yeah, and it's almost like, man, who wouldn't want to invest in my business is kind of like what I'm thinking. Like, who else has a 1962 Airstream named Otis that has a dope service window, that has a cool interior, like a dope bar, 2 super dope baristas, like a cool logo, cool branding, like all that stuff. Like, nobody else has a dope Airstream, honestly, like we do, especially in the Dallas-Fort Worth. And I know that that's like...
great strategy and skills.
Yeah, and I know that that's like, might be like boastful, but no, it's like, we were blessed with a 1962 Airstream that normally would cost, what, 50 grand, and it cost us 3. Literally, like this old guy in White Deer, not old, but older in years, and he was just like, look, it's been sitting out here in my lot for 30 years. My son never did anything to it, so I'll give it to you for 3. And we were like, 3. There you go. Like, no hesitation, no. Because if you look up a wrecked Airstream, one that is wrecked, is 8 to 10 grand. Literally, like we were on eBay, Craigslist, all the stuff, and there would be like, I mean, an Airstream got like backed up into a pole, or like, I don't know, probably hit some guy's house. I don't know, and I don't know what people do in Airstreams, and it was 8 grand. And so the fact that we got this one is like, it's confirmation from the Lord that even though it sucks, like even though it's super hard and like it can seem kind of foggy and super like whatever, like we know that the Lord is in it. And you should tell him about your dream with the bone, your hip bone.
Oh, yeah. I had a dream last week that I dream a lot.
We've been dreaming like a lot. And the Lord's been crazy dreams. If you've been dreaming too,
write them down.
Write them down. Like, write down your dream as soon as you wake up. If it's 3 a.m. and you cannot open your eyes for another 10 seconds, keep one eye open and type it out on your phone. Like, it's insane. It's super important. God speaks through dreams. We keep going.
Yeah. So I had this dream that me and him were together, and can't really remember. It's like a short dream, but it was significant. And we were, I don't know. Long story short, like Nick was taking a bone out of my hip to make our business, our coffee business. Like we were taking this bone and we were creating it into this business. And so, just like the significance of, like, it's a part of us, you know?
And it's gonna cost.
And it's a sacrifice. Yeah, so just gave confirmation on that too, like, yeah.
Like we're supposed to be doing.
We're supposed to be doing this.
Yeah. And the reason why we're kind of talking about all this stuff is because, like, we want you guys to know that, like...
I'm gonna make sure it's still recording.
Okay.
It is. Cool.
There's that. That would have sucked. We want you guys to know that, like, starting a business is the best thing, honestly, I believe, if you're called to, that you could do. But it won't just come to you. It won't be handed to you. It won't
and
pop up out of thin air. And sometimes it will. I mean...
Yeah,
but
this is why I think so. Because worship is not just a song that we sing. It's in everything that we do. We worship the Lord, and so worship costs something. It costs, you know, your dignity. It costs, you know, money. It costs time, energy, your pride, whatever it is. And so
Your image.
yeah. So this is an act of worship for us. Yeah, that's what it is. And so if it wasn't a sacrifice, then it wouldn't be worship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And before I go into that, like, faith is the substance of something hoped for, and it's not yet seen. And creatives that you feel like something got birthed in you during COVID, but you just can't see it, that's why we need faith. Faith is the substance of something hoped for, but not yet seen. A lot of you are probably like, well, super cool for them, but like, I don't know if it's for me.
yeah.
Even though I've had 15 dreams and 15 words and 15 confirmations that I should do this.
Or just ideas.
Or ideas, like, and no confirmation. Like, if you have an idea, explore it. And confirmation will come. And if it doesn't come, you know, whatever. But I do encourage you, like, entertain your faith and ask the Lord for more faith.
It's okay to ask questions.
It's okay to ask questions, and it's okay to doubt.
Yeah.
Only if you're allowing Him inside for more intimacy.
Yeah, and engaging.
And engaging with Him in your doubt. Like, if I just doubted, and then if we just doubted and we just didn't do anything, it would really be because we never asked Him why we're doubting, for more faith, or even giving Him any time. I've noticed that the seasons that I'm filled with most doubt and most shame or most guilt is because I'm not even giving Him 5 minutes. I'm not in my word. I am expecting, I don't know, an angel to come and slap me in the face and tell me to wake up. Almost. It's like, what? But just give Him 5 minutes. And
see what He does.
See what He does.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I have faith.
It'll
because
change
He's
your
done
life.
It to me.
He's done it to me, like, yeah. He's done it to us in this season. Like, even though we have no finances, we can barely afford gas. Oh, they're on FaceTime. Anyways, like, here, actually, let me see that. Anyways, like, even though it's been hard, like, even though we really, like, we have all the reasons kind of just to, like, mope around all day, or, like, be like a victim. Like, we have no money. Like, we really don't have, like, a solid community like we do in Amarillo. We have friends, but, you know,
Still
we
building
grew
it.
up in Amarillo. We grew up in Amarillo. you'll probably understand. Our families in Amarillo, we don't have a place to live past July 26th, 24th, and it is June 23rd. Wedding planning, personal stuff, you know, we could so easily be a victim and sit in sadness and say X, Y, and Z has happened to me, so I am going to react in this way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to be a victim whenever you just give the Lord those 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, it's not easy to be a victim. Like, I've had days where I have tried to be a victim, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it sucks,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's so hard to stay in that place whenever you give the Lord a chance
Mm-hmm.
to talk to you, whenever you give him a chance to not only be faithful, but to be present.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just my birthday. I had like the best birthday, I think, of my life. And I have the bestest friends that came on my bachelor trip.
Dive a little deeper in your birthday bachelor trip.
And it was just like super fun. Like Julia, like gave me like a really special present. And
Yes and no.
no, you didn't. The prophetic words. That present.
Yeah, that was good. I gave them.
Her, yeah, that not my best work, but that was good.
I got him a watch too for the wedding, and they did engravings at the place, and they put basically I put like something for him, and then I put our wedding date, and I look at it when I get home, and they spelled August wrong. So, like August.
But it's kind of funny.
Kind of
Like
funny.
I kind of like it.
But when
But
you
I
spend
do
a lot of
understand.
money,
If you spend the money, it's kind of like.
it's like.
But
I
love
mean,
that.
like that's one of the first things you learn in first or kindergarten
Is how to spell August, specifically August.
is how to spell. No, it's just like months of the year and then how to spell them. That and numbers and counting.
Hey,
Anyways,
it's okay.
I'm a little
It's
fired
okay.
up,
It's
but
okay.
anyways, yeah.
Yeah, like I had a ton of fun. We went to church on my birthday,
Which was also Father's Day.
which was also Father's Day,
and
and
it was also his bachelor trip.
it's also my bachelor trip. So it was just like a lot of emotions in one weekend that was so filling and so affirming and so like it's kind of like it interrupted my fogginess,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, people are actually there for me, and people like actually care, and people want to listen, people want, you know, to be in my life, and that was awesome and super filling. And anyways, like it's hard to stay in that place of like sadness, of like not having abundance, right? Like not guaranteed food a month from now,
Yeah.
in all honesty. Our families are amazing. We'll provide. We don't want you to think that like if we really were like struggling, like our families would help us out. But like
The unknown.
The unknown can be super weighty and super like, you know, but the Lord always interrupts it, you know. Even whenever I don't give him the chance, he'll interrupt it. And anyways, I wanted to read this. The Lord told me that my 21st year of life would be a year of like the secret place and like my hiding place. Psalm 32. But I'm actually going to read Psalm 23, just like a little bit of it, because it really spoke to me. Yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. That in and of itself is like, I don't need to be super worried. I could have nothing. But if I have him
As your shepherd?
No, just in general.
Yeah.
But he is a shepherd, you know. If I have him, that's like it. That's all that I need.
Yeah.
And it's his job role as a shepherd to lead me and to teach me and to provide for me. And I'm a testimony of him being that already.
Yeah.
But he wants to take, I feel like, us deeper in that. And I know that was just one verse. Read the whole psalm, like it's super good, but I feel like that one verse actually just stuck out to me. He leads, he guides.
Which is so much hope,
Yeah.
right? Because it takes off our yoke, which is like heavy, and we put on the yoke.
Can be daunting, you know,
Yeah.
overwhelming.
And we put on his yoke because he's leading, you know.
Yeah. And like in the end,
Shepherding.
It's only about him anyways. You know, like in the end, I'll see him. I won't see JuJu's what it could have been, or, you know, what this could have been, or what that could have been, or how awesome this was, and I get to reflect on how awesome that was. Like, he is the finish line of my life. And that in and of itself takes away every burden, you know. And I know that this was like, we were going to talk, like have like a podcast, which we want to do. We want to maybe talk like once a week and like record it, put it on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
I don't know. And they'll have like the little bell and it's like ding.
Ding. Well, we have to add that.
Oh,
I don't know how we do that.
I think we should just get a bell.
Ding.
No.
We don't know how to work YouTube. We're figuring it out. If you guys know how to work YouTube, comment, text.
Tell us what the Lord's done in your life this week.
Yeah.
What's going on, testimonies. We want to know that all. That's probably...
Yes, babe. Yes.
Yeah.
If you've given the Lord 5 minutes today and you want to tell us what he's did or done, DM us on Instagram, JuJu's.coffee or Nick.Rocha or Julia.Blythe.
Oh, my Instagram? Yep.
Or comment.
B-L-Y-T-H-E.
B-L-Y-T-H-E. And just watch what he'll do with 5 minutes.
Yes.
5 minutes will probably turn into like 15. 15 minutes will turn into 20.
This 5 minutes turned into like 30, so.
This 5 minutes turned into 30.
But
Anyways, I hope that you guys got something out of this. Like, we want to not only be genuine, like, we want to be real.
And raw.
Like, and raw. Like, this, we're in a sucky season. But it is so good. Like, it is so good.
Yep.
And we're not just saying that. Like, and people are watching and we're like, we know what you're like, we know what you mean. And we're like, yes. But, yeah. We want to come out with a video about our merch, about JuJu's, about the process, where we were, where we are now, where we're hoping to be. But this is it for now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, I don't.